Hey, Kobe, you know what's good for breakfast?
I don't know what.
85 pounds of meth. How's it going, guys? I'm Barry.
And this is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. How's it going, guys? We are on the third week of our time travel month. Yes, yeah, like
Fourth?
No, third. Because we did time trap.
Time trap.
We did safety not guaranteed.
Yes.
And it was...
And something else.
Did we? We need an assistant. Wait, what was the...
What? Maybe we think this is the third week because we're caught in a time loop.
Well, if we are, I want Sean William Scott to play me in the new movie. Oh, no, yes, you are right. Oh, wow. Okay, we are on the last time travel. We are on the fourth week of our time travel month. Yeah, I forgot about frequently asked questions about time travel.
Oh, yes.
It's been a long month, guys. Yeah, so, what's it called? Colby is the one who picked the last movie for time travel month.
Right.
Well, it was a toss-up between these, because this, so this week we actually did a sort of time loop.
Yes.
Instead of a time travel, right?
And most people will be familiar with Groundhog's Day as like the classic time loop.
Exactly, right? Or like the classic reset type of thing.
Yeah.
But apparently it was a toss-up between the movie 1201, which was actually made before Groundhog's Day.
Right.
But released later than Groundhog's Day.
Yes. And there's rumors that Groundhog's Day stole its premise from this. Or from 1201, which was rumored to have stole its premise from 1201, the TV short.
Was it like a separate show, or was it just like a little TV special?
It was like a TV special.
Okay.
And then it like some other group was like, that would make a great movie, and then just basically
stole it
and made it into a movie.
It was the great movie race of 1992.
Because you notice that happens a lot. You're like, I haven't seen any movies about underwater monsters in a while, and then all of a sudden in 1 year you're like Leviathan and The Abyss and Deep Star 6 and like...
I mean, it still happens today because we also had the Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached, which was I don't know, I feel like it was a weird kinky thing that Mila Kunis said Ashton Kutcher did, like, I want to watch you make out with Justin Timberlake and his subpar acting. I'm going to let you know right now, Ashton Kutcher got the better end of that deal because Natalie Portman is still so fine.
Yeah, she is.
But yeah, so like, I mean, obviously, people, like studios making movies about the same thing, it happens.
Right.
You know, and it's just going to get compared to once in a while, right?
Yep.
So, but this one is starring, which I don't know if we're going to release that episode before this one, but it stars Milo, the actor from one of our episodes, Deathgasm. And I totally did not know that this guy was in Power Rangers RPM.
Yes, he was the Green Ranger.
But, like, you know, I think at some point it wasn't special anymore, right? The Green Ranger was only special in the first season.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? He was like the torture. He was like the mind-manipulated Power Ranger. It also stars another, like, his ex-wife, Olivia, who's also in Power Rangers RPM.
Right, she's Dr. K.
And then in the movie, it stars, like, she's going out with another guy who is another Power Rangers RPM alum.
Yes, he's the Black Ranger.
Good. Yeah, so it was really strange. Like,
and there's a cameo of the Asian actor who was the Blue Ranger. But he's just a little tiny part in this.
So, like, how do you think this came about? Like, they were just like...
It's a small production company, so I'm sure somebody wrote just was like hyped up one of the guys, one of the actors, and he was like, "Yes, I got some friends that are like our season of Power Ranger just ended. They're all looking for jobs. I'm gonna grab them."
I mean, yeah, and I think the year this released, Milo and Olivia got married the same year. So, you know, they just started... Oh, so they're super sad. They broke up. I thought those kids would make it. Yeah, so, I mean, really, this movie, it's from New Zealand. They're all from New Zealand, apparently. I don't know why Power Rangers was like, hey, we got to get all these Australian actors into the mix. Get their SAG cards.
I remember there was something, like when the original Lord of the Rings... original? When the first Lord of the Rings like trilogy came out, there was they were really pushing the New Zealand studios, and a lot of film stuff moved down there.
Well, it's because like just like how it looks, right?
I think it was probably it was how it looked. Things were probably a lot cheaper because you could get the stuff you could do in Hollywood at like half the price.
Was that what it is? They used a New Zealand studio to film those movies?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess maybe New Zealand actors are cheap.
Right.
This is a smaller market, you know. They're probably willing to work for a lot cheaper. But I mean, those two actors, or all the Power Ranger actors that were in this, they were in LA to do Power Rangers, which I'm actually pretty surprised about.
Yeah.
You know, because I can't imagine how much more expensive they are there, right?
Maybe if they sign the contract
at New Zealand
and then they bring them over there, they're still paying them in.
That's terrible. So now they're all the Power Rangers are
NZ dollars or whatever.
Oh man! So all the Power Rangers are staying in one studio apartment, one bedroom studio apartment.
Right.
That's terrible. Yeah. So I mean, if you guys have seen Groundhog's Day, this is sort of like pretty much the same thing, as far as like not the mechanics, but the premise.
Right. Or if like more recently, and since this is more horror themed, we'd say Happy Death Day.
Oh yeah, Happy Death Day, yeah. Which is actually, I don't know how they made a sequel of that movie.
I have not seen it, and I don't know how they did it either. Yes, I really actually pretty much enjoyed the first one though.
Yeah, it was like because like it's just like okay, it's been a while since someone made this time loop movie.
Yep.
And then you kind of didn't see who the killer was. You're like, who is this killer? Yeah. But for this movie, it touted. Sorry, I had peanuts earlier. But it touted a horror aspect to it. But to me, it kind of felt almost like a dark comedy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because
there was gore, so there was like that horror...
Like, almost like a torture porn type of gore.
Yeah, but yeah, this was definitely more dark comedy.
So, I mean, I guess we'll just get into the premise. I'm kind of going to speed through this because I can only talk about the same day so many times, right? But we do start off with our hero, or I guess what would you call it? Our protagonist, our main character, yep. Milo. He's in a rehab facility for crystal meth addicts. Terrible drug, by the way. In high school, I dated a girl who I found out was using. And so I was like, oh my God. I totally got checked after that. I was like, But, we see in this circle that they're all talking about it. One's, like, describing how it is to have sex on crystal meth. One is just describing how, like, addicting it is and all that stuff.
Right. And one person's, like, got abused as a child, and they're, like, using this as their escape.
Yeah. And so, and then we get to the girl that's sort of, like, it looks like she doesn't fit.
Right.
Into this whole scheme of things. And she's like, oh, I'm here just to look for someone to cook it. And I remember, so she dropped some, like, cold medicine pills onto the table. Right. And I remember when I worked at Walgreens, they were like, hey, if someone tries to buy a whole bunch of these, you have to alert everybody because they're going to make Christmas.
Yeah, I remember when they took him off the market.
Yeah. And so, yeah, and then, like, everyone's kind of like, are you serious? We're all here. We're all trying to get better, to fix ourselves, blah, blah, blah. Okay, not blah, blah, blah. You know, it's good that they're in a rehab and they're taking it serious.
Right.
But, you know, what's it called? But she looks at Milo. Milo's, I forgot his actual, is Mitch? Something like that.
I'm
gonna call the actor his name, Milo. Looking at Milo, she knows that he was in college, he was studying chemistry, and he's probably the best candidate to actually cook it.
Right. And she makes a comment about how the biggest meth house on campus closed down the same day he went into rehab.
Yeah. So, I mean, he definitely looks like the type of person that does not get high on his own supply. Because, like, I like watching I like seeing those, like, progression photos of someone on crystal. I mean, I don't like seeing it, but it's just, like, kind of interesting. Because then, like, you know, like, sometimes you want to do a project about yourself, so you take a photo once a year to, like, show, you know, how you either, you know, got fatter or got skinnier or something like that. Those ones are, like, depressing to see because they're just like, you can tell how hard life keeps hitting them. But yeah, Milo definitely does not look like the type of person who actually uses, but more just tries to make money off of it.
Yeah.
But I guess he actually uses because he's in this rehab center, right? So yeah, and so another guy approaches her though, and he's like, "Hey, I can cook it."
Right.
You know?
The creepy older guy.
But he looks like he was like an extra on Breaking Bad. And so Milo is back in his room.
You know what? They may have picked him specifically for that look because he did look a little Walter White.
Yeah. Well, I think any white bald guy is gonna look kind of Walter White-ish, especially if they have the glasses. You know, the geography teacher glasses.
Yep.
But no, and so we're back in their rooms. Milo's with the Asian guy. Who are, you know, they're both just talking, and then they knock on, Skylar, or Olivia, knocks onto the door, and she's like, hey, something went wrong. We see Walter White, his nose is bleeding. I thought he tried to make a pass at her.
That's what I thought at first, too.
But then apparently he snorted meth, which I didn't know you could do. I thought it was, like, all smoky. But you know, this is where Milo is like, oh, there's a quick time release, so you have to catch it at a specific time when you're cooking it and stuff like that, and he ends up maybe fixing the problem,
right,
a little bit,
yeah.
Which, I mean, okay, like, I don't know how strict rehab centers are, but I'm pretty sure you can't cook meth in a
Well, he kind of does it like on like a little personal stove, so it's not.
Yeah, but I also
it's a very small scale. He's doing it off of, you know, what, like a palm full of cold pills.
Yeah, but like, what's it called? Another girl I dated back in high school. She wasn't a drug user, but she definitely had like tendencies to self-harm. So she had to go to rehab, and so like when we would talk, like after she got out, we were talking, and you're like, oh, I wasn't even allowed to shave, so I got like bush, just to let you know. So I was like, man, if you're not even like allowed like certain amenities, I'm pretty sure you're not allowed your own burner.
That totally makes sense. Yes.
Wow, like. In this episode, you've learned I do not have a great track record of women I've dated. Oh man, but yeah. So they end up hooking up that night.
Yep.
Because I mean, obviously, you could tell earlier into the scenes where like Milo is kind of intrigued by her. They have sort of like, I didn't know that they were married, but I was like, oh, they kind of have like a little chemistry going on.
Yeah.
You know, and then
a good on-screen chemistry. Yep.
It helps that they're married, you know. So, but yeah, so they end up hooking up. They have sex, and she tells them like, oh hey, I gotta tell you a secret. You know, I have a boyfriend, and he's gonna come bust you out of here.
Right. Because we're gonna go cook 100 pounds of meth.
85 pounds.
85. Because she's like, yeah, because I need you to be the cook. And he's like, eventually we're going to get caught and I don't want to spend the rest of my life in jail. And she's like, nope, just one long day of cooking and then you'll have enough money to never have to do it again.
Right? And then, like, okay, when we get to the end of it, I was like, that's a lot of money.
Right?
But yeah, so he ends up, like, shutting down the power and breaking them out. There's, like, a weird moment where, like, he's, like, in the hallway, one of the orderlies gets knocked down, and then someone tosses him a phone, and it rang 911.
Yeah.
But when he goes to reach it, someone shoots it. But nothing ever comes out of that ever, like, after. I guess it was the boyfriend, but they don't clarify it. Right?
Right. Oh, because I think that's the horror movie part. Like, you don't know who this boyfriend is. The girl's just like, my boyfriend is crazy. Yeah. He's like literally the devil. Which
would have been fine. But then they reveal the boyfriend the next scene later. So,
Right.
Oh man, so yeah, Milo and Olivia make it out. Well, Milo makes it out first, and it looks like he's gonna try to run, but then a cop comes out of the woodworks and is like holding him at gunpoint. He's about to shoot him until Olivia comes out and is like, "No, that's our cook. Don't worry."
Right.
And so Milo's like, "Oh, I didn't think you'd be a cop." He's like, "Oh, don't worry, I just quit." Which, I mean, I guess he was a dirty cop.
Right.
Yeah,
sounds like he was.
But then.
And that sounds also like that's the way he got all the supplies to make it.
Yeah, see.
Because he...
So, like, this movie got weird at points because there's, like, a little bit of mentions of pedophilia. Right? It was really, like, I don't think that should be a line in this movie. But we'll get to... Okay, so when they get to the cabin where they're going to do all the cooking of the meth...
Right.
You know, they're trying to get to know each other. Russell, I don't know the actor's name, but I do remember his name in the movie. Is sort of like, he's off-putting. He's very, like, you could tell, like, maybe he's bipolar or something, but he's, like, friendly, but he's also, like, wildly aggressive.
Yes, yeah.
And all that stuff. And so as they're talking, he's like, "Oh, did you fuck my girlfriend?" And he's like, "It's cool. I don't mind." I'm like, that's the awkwardest situation.
Right. It's like, she knows what she needed to do to get you up here, so I don't mind if she's, doing it to take care of business. Yeah. But you better not fall in love with her, because she's mine.
And this is where the pedophilia type of talk comes in, where he's like, "Yeah, that's the hottest 12-year-old ass I saw."
Yeah.
So, I don't know if maybe something is being lost in translation. Maybe I'm not saying this about New Zealand.
But you're right, because they make a comment about that again later.
Yeah, when we meet Archer.
Yeah.
So, it was weird. But after that, they're snorting. It looks like they're snorting cocaine. Maybe they're snorting meth. I don't know. But Russell laces it with peyote. Which is not cool.
Right. Without telling anybody.
Right. This is, I don't really advocate people using drugs and stuff like that. Myself, I've only, like, ever smoked pot. But there's definitely times where it was definitely sketchy for me, where I would be at our community college. I'm not going to name which one. And you're just, like, in a circle of, like, young college students and then all that stuff. And then one guy looks at you and is like, "Hey, do you want to smoke some pot?" And you're like, "Well, drugs is expensive, so if you're giving me some for free, okay." So I remember going into his car and smoking it out of a goddamn Rockstar can. And now that I think about it, I was like, oh, you know what? That could have been laced with cocaine. That could have been laced with, like, ecstasy.
Right.
And so kids, never take drugs that people are offering you for
Random
free.
People, yeah.
Because that's an asshole move. You can't lace stuff. You gotta tell people, or else they're gonna freak out.
Oh, right.
Which he does.
Oh, yeah. He totally does.
And so
she doesn't, because she's like, "Did you do this again?"
Well, like, she gets to mentally prepare herself for it. But when it happens to Milo, he doesn't know that it's happening. So
right.
As he's talking to Olivia, he's like, "Let's get out of here. Let's escape." God, you're so beautiful. Because I guess that's the indicator that you're on drugs is when you tell a woman she's... Oh, man. But yeah, and so, like, Olivia goes to the bathroom. He's taking a shower, and then they all start tripping out.
Yep.
You know, she's trying to grab the moon. Russell tells
him... Now they're, like... Because they're in a hunting cabin in the middle of the forest. And so they basically kind of take a little hike out into the behind the cabin and make a bonfire and start telling stories as she's trying to catch the moon.
Yeah, and so this is where we hear a story that like this is like Indian burial ground, not Indian ground.
Right, this is Indian, like it was an Indian war.
Or Native American, I don't know what's politically correct.
You're right. Native American land, and there was a
Great War.
It was like a 1,000-day war or something like that.
Something like that. But, you know, but then there was only, and he says there was no enemy left alive. Milo says, yeah, but also no friend.
Right.
Which is, like, actually, like, when it harkens back to this moment, you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. That makes sense, you know? And then so we get to the next day. Milo wakes up. He meets Olivia in the porch. She gives him a gun, like, hey, protect yourself.
But he wakes up and barfs.
Oh, yeah, because after doing meth and peyote, you do have to purge.
Yes.
But so every morning, this guy is barfing. It's like the worst feeling. I hate vomiting so much. And being stuck in a time loop where the first thing you do is barf.
Right, and no matter how sober you are going to bed, you know, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and barf.
Yeah. And so, what's it called? And so, yeah, so they wake up. Milo wakes up, after barfing, sees Olivia. She hands him the gun. Russell comes up. He's like, hey, what's good for the morning time? And Milo says 85 pounds of meth, which, I mean, no, it's not, but, you know, whatevs.
Right.
He gets to cooking. I would assume making 85 pounds of meth would take more than a day, but I'm not the expert.
Right, yeah, he seems to cook it up in about half a day.
Yeah, because it's still light outside.
Yeah.
Right? And so, the moment that they get done cooking everything, Milo goes to see Olivia for a little bit, but then Russell sneaks into there, finds the gun, and I believe...
Right, because he pulls the gun out of his, like, the back of his pants while he's cooking, and then doesn't pick it back up when he leaves.
Yeah. And then so they get into, like, this big old fight. Olivia's also now against her boyfriend, Russell, because throughout this whole situation, they're having very uncomfortable moments, dangerous moments even, where, like, he's risking her life with the crossbow.
Right, trying to shoot the apple off her head.
Yeah, you know,
there's the part where they're
chopping wood,
and he makes her hold the log while he's chopping it.
Which, like, you know, before you actually get to the whole time loop thing, you're like, wow.
Right. This guy's a psychopath.
This is some Mark Wahlberg Fear shit, right? If you guys have never seen Fear with Mark Wahlberg and young Reese Witherspoon,
yep.
Make sure to check it out because you get to see Alyssa Milano's yams. But it's also just a good movie. Like, it's a pretty good movie. It was Reese Witherspoon, right? Yeah. It was. This is her movie before Cruel Intentions. And so, yeah, it seems like this is a very unhealthy relationship. This guy's a psychopath. The day just keeps repeating over, like, not repeating yet, but the day is just, it seems longer than it has to be. Like, this whole day with him is just so awkward.
Yeah.
Right? And so when they get into the fight, he ends up getting shot by the crossbow during their whole fight. And then Milo goes to go bury him.
Right.
And as he's digging this hole, very shallow hole. He suddenly gets up, throws himself on top of Milo's body, and like vomits blood all over while saying, "Ask her how I know," because Russell knows Milo's secret technique.
Right. His finishing move for the meth.
Yeah. And so he's freaked out, but he doesn't know what to make of it. And so after that, he comes back. He's all dirty, And I'm pretty sure him and Olivia sleep together that night.
Right.
You know, after he gets washed up. Gross. But then all of a sudden, when he goes to sleep, he wakes up. It's Tuesday all over again.
Right. And he wakes up. He's sick. Throws up. He looks outside. Olivia's sitting out exactly where she was yesterday. And then all of a sudden, it's like, was that a dream? Or what? Like, yeah. And then it's like, okay, well, no, it can't be a dream. He's got to be dead. Let's grab the meth and get out of here. And then all of a sudden, he's climbing up the stairs. Hey, everybody. What's great for breakfast? 85 pounds of meth.
But before he does, like, what's it called? So after he does that, Milo goes to where he buried him. And at this point, I thought, okay, there's nothing that's going to be there. But he finds, like, the arrow that they used, and he still finds Russell's body.
Right. Yeah, he keeps digging, and he finds...
Which, that part, I was like, oh, this is a different kind of time loop movie.
Yep.
But yeah, and so, I forgot how he dies this time.
He just gets shot, because Olivia's like, you better shoot him, or because...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You tried to kill him last night, and he will definitely kill you.
Yeah, exactly. And so the next day comes over, and then he just automatically shoots him right away.
Right.
Which is like the best time to do it. And so this is sort of like where you tend to forget, like, how did he know about the whole thing prior?
Yeah.
You know, but I guess now you fucking kind of figure out that maybe the day resets for you, like your mind resets if you die during that day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Right, because they're like, why do I remember this day and he doesn't?
Yeah, so it's weird. We get into this like weird montage where they're just like constantly killing Russell.
Right, and it's this crazy, like I said, it's like this hunting cabin, but there is like swords and sickles and maces and bow and arrows and crossbows and
shotguns,
old guns and new guns. Like the place is packed full of weapons, and they just kind of montage like 100 death scenes. Yeah.
And so sort of at this point, Milo, I mean, I'm pretty sure for anybody, especially Milo, who seems like sort of like more sensitive or something like that, he starts to get tired. Just like from repeating the day over and over doing this, you know, and they're starting to get mentally fatigued.
Right.
And stuff like that. And Olivia's like saying like, you don't want me. Like this is like a long time before this whole thing started. You don't want me. I'm already in hell. You don't want to follow me here. Right. And he's like, no, I'd go. You know, like how every guy would like answer when they're chasing vagina. But I forgot. He tries to plan something about. The second day. Okay, I remember the second day now. But all of a sudden, Olivia takes him hiking.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because he feels like maybe it's her that's like starting this whole loop. Or something like that. So takes her hiking and he goes up into the mountains where it's a mountainside filled with bodies of Milo.
Yes.
And she's like, we're already in hell, baby. You said you'd follow me to the fire. Now get ready.
And that's when he realizes that before he killed Russell, there was a lot of days that they cooked meth and then killed him and then just dumped him up here in the mountains.
Yeah.
And then the day reset
and they try again.
Yeah.
But this is where you finally find out why Russell knew his recipe.
Right, because it's been a month of him watching him cook.
Exactly. So it's pretty wild. I mean, like, there's a point in the movie. This is where kind of the movie starts to get a little bit blurred for me. Because, you know, they keep repeating the same thing over and over again.
Right.
So we'll just go through it really fast. There's a portion of the movie where they're tying up Russell and they're, like, torturing him. And at some point, they showed... Milo shows Russell, like, oh, this is me torturing you for an hour, 4 hours, a full day. and then he tortures them again.
Right, because Russell made a comment that he was
part
Indian, so they think that this is some curse that he put on them.
Yeah.
So they want him to release it.
Yeah.
So that's what the torture's for. They find a book in the cabin that's like newspaper clippings of all these like people who ended up dying in this cabin.
Like cults, cannibalism.
Yeah.
Like it's like, but like you watch it and you're totally not thinking about it. They're like, oh, that's wild,
Right. It's like, oh, this place is obviously cursed because all these people up here had died.
Yeah. And so what's it called? Milo comes up with a plan. Hey, maybe if we fall asleep outside of Indian grounds, we will be in a new day.
Yeah.
And so Milo and Olivia end up going to where they're going to drop off the meth to this guy named Archer and Nabiki in this like backwater airline hangar, which is like when you go into it, it's just like a disco for like meth heads.
Yep.
This is where you find out the price of how much they were supposed to get per ounce, and there's 24 ounces to a pound, and so originally they were supposed to get 1,800 off of 1 ounce.
Right.
They busted down to 1,200 per ounce. And she rounds it off to like 1 million something. Did the math. It's actually like around $2,228,000 or something like that. But then this is like sort of the farthest they get. There's a shootout because Milo sees that the champagne that Nabiki is getting is actually a fucking shotgun.
Right.
And then there's like this really weird... what was that movie with Captain Marvel where they're like in a warehouse and shooting each other? It was like a hour and 45 minutes of just a gunfight. Yeah, it just came out last year, guys. You look it up. It's with Brie Larson and Armie Hammer, I think. But yeah, and so like they sort of start to drive. Milo, he's got shot in the ear or something. This guy keeps getting shot near his ear. So he falls asleep, but apparently Olivia has gotten shot as well.
Right.
And so he pulls her out of the car, and then they lay down on the desert together. And it feels like they're both about to die, but I guess Milo holds out. They both hold out until they go to sleep.
Right, yep.
So they technically didn't die at the end of the day. They fell asleep. I guess.
Right, they kind of more pass out than die.
Yeah, and so they end up waking up again in the day restarting again.
And that's when they realize that it's not the... Because originally they're like, it's the cabin, so let's drive away from the cabin. And it's like, oh, no, it's this area, so we got to drive out of this area. Oh, and it's Indian land. We got to drive outside to Indian land.
And it seems like she got out.
Let's see how far we can go, and eventually we'll outrun the curse.
You can never outrun the curse.
No, never. I've seen enough horror movies. You can't outrun the curse.
But at some point in the film, this, like I said, starts to like all blur in together. At some point in the film, Milo realizes from the news clippings that there was only ever one survivor.
Right.
Right? And so, and he also harkens back to the story that Russell had told him the night that they did peyote, that there was always one survivor.
Right, yep.
And so he tells this idea to Olivia. He's like, me and you, we're going to have to, after we kill Russell, we're going to have to kill each other. Right. Or like, we're going to see who's going to win. Total battle royale situation with no way out. And so...
And they talk about it for a while. She's like, well, can't we just spend the rest of our lives, or the rest of forever here together, and, we'll just kill him every morning, and then, we'll be in heaven, and we're just with each other, because every day the food resets, so we have an infinite amount of food, and there's nothing else we ever need.
It's like a cheat code in Sims.
Right.
She makes it sound like a good idea, She's always gonna be 25, her boobs will always be perky, his balls will never sag. There's just the morning chore of killing Russell, every morning, which sucks. And so he buys into it. He was a kid in rehab who was selling meth in college. Probably it was the only way he can get laid, was giving free meth to the college girls. I don't know.
Yep.
But for some reason, I don't know where he falls in love with her. So it's the only thing that's made sense.
Yeah.
You know? And so he goes through the motion. He goes to kill Russell, and he's like, oh, I'm going to go take a shower. He puts the gun on the counter. She remembers that Russell threw a bullet on some antlers and ends up killing him. She goes to get the money for the crystal meth. This time there won't be a gun shooting because for some reason she has a grenade.
Right, because that's more of the weird weapons that were just around.
Lying around. Because I'm pretty sure that there is no police-issued grenades out there.
Right, but they blow up Russell with a grenade earlier. So.
Yeah. Which I was like, man, where did they get the grenade? And then she gets to the motel. Motel guy asks her a stupid question, smoking or non-smoking, as she has the cigarette in her mouth. Right. Which is like, I like this, it's like dry, like deadpan humor right there. But she's just chilling with the money out in the bed, and then she goes to sleep and wakes up in the cabin again.
Right.
And so during that night where she does have the money, she almost looks like she's sad that she killed Milo.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely she's regretting.
And so, what's it called? She goes to the bathroom. She hears Milo's voice, but it's actually the recorder from the police thing. And so Milo sets up a trap for her because Milo does not end up killing Russ from the day previous.
Right.
Right? And so he's going to kill her, but then she's like, no, look, I'm really sorry. But at this point, he can't believe her because he got shot.
Right.
Right?
Right, because she killed him to be the last one.
Yeah. But at this point, Russell is actually still alive. He should really get to his morning chores. And so Milo chains up both of them, knocks both of them out, chains them up, and puts, the handcuffs. And he's like, and this is the only time where he's like actually made sense and has been the most fair. Because he's like, look, only one of us can get out of here, and this is probably the only fair way of doing it.
Right.
Which is Russian roulette.
Yep. Put one bullet in the gun, we'll pass it around, let fate decide.
Well, what about the other person,
Well, then they would have to put another bullet in.
But he doesn't, she hit the bullets. And so, which probably is the most rational idea.
Right.
That they have, But the gun goes off on Russ. He dies. And then Milo gets the shotgun that he was carrying. And she's all like, don't do this. We could just live the life of being together forever here. This and that. But Milo, he's like, I can't trust you anymore. And I don't want to be stuck here. And so in the most dramatic fashion, or the most dramatic way of getting away from a woman, he shoots himself.
Yep.
Blam.
Blows his head open.
No, and so she falls asleep, and and we get the title card, it's Wednesday.
Yes.
Archer meets her up, chained up, they get the, and it's just gonna cycle again.
Right.
But at least this way, even though they cut to black here where, like, Nibiki is about to shoot her in the face and all that stuff, she will have the upper hand, right? Because it's a new day, but she's carrying knowledge previous from the day before into this day.
Yes.
So, essentially, she wins.
Yeah, they will be very confused because they won't know that the day is repeating, and she will have already known that. She won't remember them killing her, but she'll remember that.
Yeah, she'll remember everything from the day before. So, the movie ends there. Very dark comedy.
Right. And it's a great ending line where he's like, hey, baby, sorry about this. Guess we'll see you on the other side. And she says, let's just say, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, oh gosh. So this movie is it is just a violent version of, almost violent version of Groundhog's Day. where no, I mean obviously no one's dying in Groundhog's Day, but this one, you know, I'm glad that they had a lot of fun with all the ways that they had killed Russell.
Right.
You know, I don't think I talked about why Olivia had chose Milo. She chose Milo because she felt like Milo was going to be the only one smart enough to get both of them out of that situation.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I also think it's because, like, at this point, Milo treats her better than Russell ever did.
Right, definitely.
You know? So, you know, at some point, she does actually fall in love with him. Especially after the realization that she killed him, she does feel remorse because, I mean, you know, she's in that motel room sitting with $1 million+
right,
and it almost looks like she's just gonna burn it all up.
Right, because she's throughout the movie she's constantly smoking and she's like lighting the matches with her fingernail.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's sitting in the bed and she's like just lighting these matches and just kind of flicking them into the bag of money.
The world's most dangerous game.
Right. But it's you definitely get the idea that she feels like she should have she wishes she could have chose Milo instead of the money.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, this movie was... okay, so honestly, this movie is terribly acted. I don't know. I mean, I'd like Milo in things. I liked him in Deathgasm. Maybe it wasn't terribly acted, but maybe it was just the dialogue or the script that was...
Oh,
Did you like the script?
I didn't think it was bad. I mean, for like a no budget kind of movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I think.
Oh, I don't think it was bad.
Right. Well, you get like Happy Death Day. That was probably $30 or $40 million movie.
Yeah.
This is probably like a $500,000 movie.
See, we can look it up. Or no, we can't. I mean, yeah, definitely this movie is probably a lower budget than Happy Death Day. Maybe even a lower budget, probably a lot lower budget than, what's it called? Groundhog's Day.
Oh,
you know?
oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
and so
I would feel like almost like they probably paid
Bill Murray
more to be in Groundhog's Day than the entire total of this movie was.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I'm not saying, like, it's not like I don't like the actor in here.
But, right, you're right. He acts like he did on Power Rangers. Like, I mean,
yeah,
it's good, but it's a little campy.
Yeah, this is definitely, that's the right word. It's like, I definitely don't think I think they just phoned it in. You know, they're like, all right, let's just read these lines. We'll just do this movie and call it quits after that. Because I think this is probably after RPM just got finished.
Yep.
Because like he didn't do Deathgasm until 2015.
Okay, so a couple years after this.
And then that movie, it felt better. He felt like a better actor. The script was probably a little bit better as far as that. But yeah, I mean, this definitely was more campy.
Right. And Deathgasm was a little campy too.
Yeah, Deathgasm was definitely campy. This way, I mean, it's not like I didn't enjoy this film. Actually, when it got to like the whole middle part and the whole realization that only one of them can live, I was like, okay, that's cool. I like that. You know, I like the little tweaks that they did to the whole time loop thing. Yeah.
It was definitely an interesting twist with only the people who, if you died, you reset, but if you lived, you remembered. That was kind of a fun twist on the typical.
Right.
It was a fun, plausible way to end it. Where like some of those ones, you're just like, how are they going to end this loop, or do they ever end it? And they kind of like the movie ends, and you're not sure if it ended or not.
Yeah.
You know, if the loop's still going. Where this was a way out that was plausible, that very much went with the plot.
Yeah. What was your favorite parts in this movie?
It's got to be some of the kills. Like they had a couple like crazy kills. Like there's like one where they're in the basement and they're talking, and they're just like Russell comes busting in, and she
know what's good for breakfast?
And she just picks up like a cleaver, like a big old like meat cleaver, and just whoop hurls it right through his neck, but like doesn't like even like, look, it's just doesn't stop the conversation. It's just like, I know this is going to hit because we've done this before.
There's definitely parts in this movie you could tell the production was low because they were just using like sound effects. But it was almost like the stock sound effects that would come with like the software they used to edit the film.
Probably.
Oh man, my favorite part, it was just it's kind of hard to pick one because there's not that many. No, actually no. My favorite part is when they're doing it underneath the patio.
Oh,
and then as he's saying, "You know what's good for breakfast, guys?" She picks up the gun, shoots him through the patio. He falls to it.
And then pretty disgusting.
And then just buckets of blood. For some reason, buckets of blood are just dropping on them.
Right, and they're just going at it as it's raining blood on them.
Just move. Right. Just roll over a couple of inches. Oh yeah, definitely. I think this is where the part of the movie where this shines is definitely in just the kill part. Where I thought it was like the most interesting, the most like funny. Like,
right, and death shouldn't be funny, but
at some point it gets comical,
because
right?
they literally make a montage of 10 minutes just of straight. Let's see how many different ways we can kill Russell.
Yeah. And they even have it on a chalkboard. They're like going through the whole situation. So that part was actually pretty funny. What's it called? What were your first thoughts when you saw the trailer for this movie?
We were looking for kind of like a time travel-y, kind of time loopy kind of movie, and this is, again, like we've done this a few times, I had never even heard of this movie, and it was like, it had won some small film festival awards, and I was like, oh, hey, if it wins an award, it's got to be, at least watch-worthy. It may not necessarily be great, but if it won something, it's got to be, unless it wins like a raspberry or whatever the bad one is.
Oh, the Razzie.
The Razzie.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you showed me this trailer, I was like, okay, that looks fun. I mean, like, it's been a while since we watched a horror movie for the podcast. Oh, I don't know when we're putting this,
right?
But yeah, for us in real time, it's been a while since we watched a horror film. And then the fact that a lot of those kids are from Power Rangers.
I will not say that didn't help sell this movie.
Yeah, because I think I sent Colby a text that I had to look up right now. I was like, oh, we definitely have to watch the Power Rangers time travel horror movie. It sounds like an October special for Power Rangers. No, but it looked like very campy. It looked very silly and stuff. I kind of wish it got a little bit more silly in this film, almost to the level like Sam Raimi level silly. But then like
okay.
but then like the director would have been called out like, oh, you're just copying a Sam Raimi thing. So but I do enjoy. I think Sam Raimi does campy so well.
Yeah.
Because then there's like been a couple things that I just didn't know it was Sam Raimi. Like, what's it called when like the first Spider-Man movies came out?
Oh, okay, yep.
Sam Raimi. What's it called? Oh, dude, there's another film besides like the Evil Dead stuff, but you could totally tell he has like that specific style.
Definitely. Yeah, like you're watching a movie and then all of a sudden something will happen and you're like, oh, that part reminds me of an Evil Dead movie, and then at the end the credits roll and is like, Sam Raimi's in it, and you're like, oh,
no wonder.
God, I should have known.
Yeah, and so I wish it had a little bit of like levity to it, like how Evil Dead 2 did versus like the first one, because I mean the first 1 and 2 are pretty much the same movie.
Right. It's like the director's cut kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean they reshot it, right? Because for consistency's sake. So Kobe, what would you rate this film? Now, if you guys haven't heard our rating system, we rate movies based on 4 things: stream it, DVD it, Blu-ray it, or Ultimate Box Collection it. I just felt like it sound more smooth if I said it like that.
Right, yeah.
But definitely on the sections besides stream it, we're talking about actually purchasing the movie. So, not gonna do that again. I'm gonna just stick to what we've been doing. So, Kobe, where were you?
I did stream it this time.
Yep.
It was on Tubi, and they're not our sponsor or anything. But let me tell you, I've watched a lot of movies on Tubi, and that is an amazing free station.
I know. Well, I mean, and they constantly they're also always rotating things. So you feel like if you see it on Tubi, you have to watch it now,
right?
Because later on, you might not be having the chance to watch it,
right?
Yeah. So, how would you rate this one, Kobe?
I was very surprised how much I enjoyed it. It was like a very fun movie. I would definitely buy this. I will look for this on. I think probably DVD is probably where it's gonna land. I'm not sure if you're gonna get anything extra.
Yeah, I don't think
Blu-ray to warrant that. I'm not sure an ultimate box, but who knows? It's a small little press company. Maybe this is like beginning of like a Full Moon or something.
Full Moon-esque production company.
You get their first 6 movies in an ultimate box set. That might be intriguing.
Oh man, I probably I'd stream it. I'd give it a watch if I was you. I wasn't really in love with the film. But I can see it's like a fun watch.
Right.
That's all. That's what I'm going to say. It's a fun watch. Definitely in any movie where you can fit a montage killing spree.
Oh, right.
Where you just get more creative every turn. It's always fun to watch. You do see Milo change in this film, which is nice. Like there's a change in him after all the killing. Oh, he definitely becomes more cold.
Right.
But not to the point where Russell was at the point of the movie that you see him in. So that's fun. I mean, if you're into the time travel stuff, like time loops or time traps, haha.
Yep.
I'd still give this a watch. I stream it. You could probably find it on like we said, Tubi while it's on there. Pretty sure you could find anything on Amazon, right? I don't have an Amazon.
It's on Amazon, but it's not free to Prime. It's like a $3.99 rental.
Yeah, and that's totally worth it. $3.99 is definitely fine for the watch. But that's where I'm going to land on it. It's very rare that me and Kobe don't agree on it. But I hope you guys tune in for next month. Please, just like with every other episode that you guys heard us from, download us on Stitcher. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. Try to leave us reviews. That really helps us see where we're at. Maybe what we can fix or...
Yeah, give us a like on any of those stations that are the players that let you like things.
Yeah, 3 and above. 3 stars and above. And also our email is on the show notes. So if you guys have a request for a month...
Right.
Definitely check it out.
Comments, criticisms, suggestions.
Yeah. It's all on there. You could always just catch us on the email. We rarely use Twitter. We're both old men. I try to use Twitter, but really, it's just to see cosplay nude girl, like Patreon girls on there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I am Barry.
And I am Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. You can check out our Lee Rosevere. She does the theme song for our opening. Her Bandcamp is linked down below.
Arcade Montage.
Oh, man. Wow. See, you caught me slipping. I'm going to have to edit this. So, if you guys want to see oh, man. I totally forgot the pitch. Okay, our theme music is by Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. You can totally check out her Bandcamp on the show links down below.
This is a double plug.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. Thank you.